even wrong shade wear. Hey guys, how are you? This is Serenity Within. You can call me Dominique or you can call me Dom for short. It does not matter. I love it either way. So I am here with another video, and as you can see, this video it's completely all full of makeup. This is just straight just playing in some makeup. So today I said, you know, I woke up, I wanted to have some fun and some makeup. I wanted to do something completely different that I haven't done in years, which was a smoky eye and a red lip. I was a little bit too scared to do the red lip. I thought it was gonna be too much, but it wasn't and isn't. I love it. But so in this video, I have a lot that's going on in this video. I have a lot of stuff that I'm talking about. We're doing a little bit of self-love. We're doing some motivation. We're talking about a little bit of God, a lot on how-to tutorial makeup. This is a lot of talking video. I hope it's not too much talking. You know, it's going to be a lot of talking in this video, but it's also going to be a lot of information, educational purposes of this video. I think you guys would really like this video. I just want to be able to show you guys how to fix your wrong foundation shade. So that's just that. We just want to jump into this video. So what we're doing first, I know you're probably looking like, girl, what you on your face? I know you've probably seen in my last few videos where I have like this Noxema on my face. I love to let this Noxema sit on my face before I start doing my videos. Like it prepares my skin for the task at hand before I apply my makeup. I don't know, Noxema is just like the old school remedy to me, and I love it. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to wipe the Noxema off around in this area. So the first thing I'm going to do when I'm doing my smoky eye, I haven't done a smoky eye in like forever. So yeah, I just really wanted to have some fun and some makeup today. I really wanted to do something different. I'm always doing really neutral, everyday routine makeup. I don't really get a chance to really go in and play around with it. So I'm just putting Noxema on as I would doing my whole face, just in this area, to make sure that my skin is still protected underneath my makeup. And I am going in with like my favorite primer of all time, which is the Master Prime. And I'm literally using like dot sizes, so that is not too much product in one area. And after that, I am going to go in with some translucent powder just to conceal some of that oil. And then now after that, I want to go in with some foundation. And I'm not even for sure if this is my shade. This was so long ago. So I'm going in with the MAC Studio Fix and NC45. It's just over my eye area. And I like to do this just to make sure that I am getting makeup coverage right here. So whenever, you know, sometimes they're just like these weird spots that don't have makeup. It just does not look right with the eyeshadow. It just don't blend right to me. And then after that, I am going to go in with translucent powder one more time just to seal that in. So I also wanted to talk about like some stuff that I've been going through recently this week. This week has been like a really rough week for me. Mentally, what I've been going through this week, it's been like really rough. I just felt like a lot of the things that I've planned over the past 2 years, it's not that it hasn't come to life or it hasn't been pull into full effect. I just feel like, did you ever just feel like a moment like you just really doubted yourself? You didn't believe in yourself anymore. The plans or the goals that you have for yourself just did not play in effect with you. And that's what I was going through. I was just really like just out of it. So what I'm going to do next is I am going to do my eyebrows. Before I do anything with eyeshadows, I like to make sure that my eyebrows are done. I feel like I get a better look, a better surface. I don't know how to explain it. I just feel like it just looks that much better for me. Like it brings out the eyeshadow. So I like to draw the line under, then draw the line on top, and then fill everything in. Connect the tail and fill everything in. Yeah, so it's just been really rough for me mentally to get through the day. And ever since, you know, I started doing my spiritual journey a few months ago, I felt a lot of changes. I seen a lot of changes that was going on. And it was really rough for me. I feel like I did believe in myself. I feel like it was more so much trauma and so many triggers, and it was just a lot of pain in the past that I had that I didn't realize that I didn't let go. And now I'm at this stage in my life where it's time to really fix myself. It's time to be stronger. It's time to be better. So I had to learn to love me all over again. And it's just, I didn't appreciate the stages of my life. Wasn't happy with who I was as a person because I felt like I wasn't living my calling. I wasn't living my dream. I wasn't living the life that I wanted to live for me. This week, you know, being on this spiritual journey, it is not easy, but you know, it's just worth the fight. Now that we have these eyebrows, you know, somewhat looking like sisters, I'm going through another phase of where I am not trying to really get my eyebrows done from anybody, because I had like the worst experience ever in the world of getting my eyebrows done, because people who have been just like doing me wrong when it comes down to my eyebrows. So okay, cool. So now after that, I am now gonna go in with, I want to do like a soft brown. Do I want to do a soft brown? Hold up, because I want to build a crease before I start going in with my eyeshadow. Okay, so what I want to do now is, before I go in with my shadow, I want to go in and put my contour here really quickly. I am going to use the black Radiance. You already know this is my favorite contour stick, period. It has like a nice beautiful red undertone, and it's so hard to come by a nice contour. I'm only doing this right now just in this spot right here. I'm not going to go all the way through. Once I go in with my eyeshadow, I don't want to do my contour because I like to be really sloppy with my contour. You don't necessarily have to do it like this. This is just something I prefer to do because I am really sloppy with my contour. Okay, so now I got that out the way. Now I'm going to go in with the BH Cosmetics, the Studio Pro, and this is in the Ultimate Neutral Shadows. I want to go in and start building this crease, and I want to go in with a brown, like this brown right here. It's like a little rusty brown. I want to like to start off with a lighter color first, and then I'll work my way up to a darker color. So I like to start it above my actual creasing. And then another thing I like to do, I like to bring it into my contour. And then I just want to use a brush to smooth out the edges at the top of that to make it smoother, so like it fades into my skin. I know I look a little crazy, like, girl, what's going on? Just trust the process. So another thing is, I like to shape my eyeshadow as I'm doing it the way I want. So I like for my eyeshadows to be like a circular motion. So after that, I'm going to go a little bit darker, which would be this shade right here. I'm using the same brush just so that the colors mix together on a brush, so it makes a better blendage while I'm applying it. So I'm going to go directly onto the crease, but a little bit above the creasing, but not too high where it takes away of the first color that I put up. Then lightly just want to make sure the edges are blended in just a little bit. So now I want to go in on something just a little bit darker, which would be this one. This is just going to offset the black. This is what I like to do, that I find what works for me when I'm doing a smoky eye. Okay, so now after that, I want to go in with an eyeliner, and this is the 625 Cosmetics eyeliner. You're gonna want something to kickstart the smoky eye, so you don't want to just put the black shadow, because eventually it'll start creasing and it just won't look right. And I'm not going to go over the whole lid. I am literally putting on a half of the lid first to see if this is where I want it before I need to go higher. And I want to get a brush to start blending this out, but I'm going downward first, and then I'm gonna go a little bit upward above it. So next, after that, I am gonna go in with the Drop Dead Gorgeous full on crazy palette, and I am going to go in with the black one, and this is called Black Magic. So I'm going to go in with the same brush as well, like before, and then now I want to apply this all over the lid. So this is like a setting powder and I'm just going to blend that out, and I'm going upward. So I'm going in with these beautiful big lashes by 625 Cosmetics. This particular look, you need big lashes. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna cut a little bit off first. That's a little bit better. I'm going to wipe all of this off my face. So the next thing we're going in with is the Nivea Creme. We're gonna put this on my face so it's nice and smooth. It's moisturized. I don't know what it is with Nivea Creme, but this stuff has helped my skin out. After that, leave it with the master primer. I'm gonna just keep it really simple. And this is like my favorite primer. Like I said before, this stuff just blurs out my skin. It just makes it look really great, really smooth, really clear, and it takes away the oil. Now I'm definitely gonna do some color correcting. I just want to take away some of this color, so I'm gonna go in with my two favorite duos, which is the LA Girl Pro, and this is the Fit Me Concealer. I just used the concealer with the corrected color to look more realistic. Let me show you the difference so you can see. So it just makes my skin look a little bit more even. Blend this out. I want to go up really close because of that dark shadow. So you see how I didn't even blend it in yet, but you see how it looks better here. It just brings out my eyes just a little bit more. The next thing after that, I want to set all of this, everything, with my translucent powder, and this is by 625 Cosmetics. I have to set my face with translucent powder because I just feel like my oil just seals right in, and this helps out making my makeup last so much longer. After that, I am gonna go in with the MAC. I'm not for sure if this is my skin tone, honestly, but I can still make it work even if it is lighter than me. This is really light, and I like to go into on circular motions just like this. Now, I don't do this all the time, but when I do this, it allows for the makeup to actually sit onto my face. It's giving me a more even look. I actually have the wrong shade right now of me, but you can't tell because I am blending it in this way so that it looks more like my skin. So now, I have a question for some people out there. Like when I first started doing makeup, I used to be so scared of applying the wrong eyeshadow on my clients or myself because I wasn't for sure on how to correct my issue. So now I could get a foundation shade that's probably like a shade or two off, whether it's too dark or too light. It does not bother me whatsoever. And I'm going back in with the translucent powder one more time just to set this foundation to make sure it's not so dewy to the point where it just helps conceal my oil as well. This is not my skin tone foundation whatsoever, but I just wanted to show you guys how I can fix that and not be worried. I freaked out all the time when I first started, so scared, but now it's no big deal. So I just say, like, when it comes down to makeup, don't get so nervous if you have the wrong shade. I know I'll speak for myself before I speak for anybody else, but when I first started out, I always had foundation like this, too light or it was too dark, because not everybody know undertones. If you have a reddish undertone, a bluish undertone, a greenish undertone, you just got to know your undertones, and you could tell by your veins. That helps out a lot, seeing your veins under natural sunlight. Not an artificial light, not a regular light, but you have to go outside, nice bright outside, the natural sunlight, it's gonna let you know about your veins. And you can see whether you're cool tone, warm tone, whichever it may be, or if you're neutral. So with me, I'm very neutral. So just those are things just to remember. But this used to freak me the freak out that I was getting the wrong shades. So now, how to fix your shade. If the foundation is too light, I will go heavier with my contour, a little bit less with my concealer. If the shade is too dark, I will go more with my concealer and a little bit less of my contour. But I'm gonna show you what I'm gonna do. So I have two different contours. You know, you're trying to figure out which one is which. I know the Fenty is really dark on me. This one is really dark. This is 470. So I don't want to go too dark too soon because then it's a horrible mess. You just got to know what to do. So I like to go in. This is probably like my favorite contour stick, period, which is the Black Radiance. And this one is an 8003. But this one I can fix on myself like that. I'm not too for sure if I could do it with Fenty, but I want to start off with a contour that's not too dark, but not too light. And if I feel like this is too light, then I'll go in with the Fenty to bring out a little bit more shade. And it's so hard to find, for me, to find like a really good contour, but you don't want to go too crazy with the contour because then you're going to look really dark. So you just got to do little by little to fix your issue. So now I love to have like a really stiff brush when I'm doing my contour. So now you see this, I can go much darker because I still look light. So we're going to go just a little bit darker, and that's when we're going to use the Fenty. Be getting some color onto my face. So I'm gonna try the Fenty because this one is dark. I'm sticking with it just right here. I'm not bringing it all the way out because I'm not for sure how dark this will get. So I'm only doing it here first. I don't want to go all over because you're not for sure. So you see how that little bit could do a whole lot. You're getting some color, okay, baby? Wrong shade, who? When I first started out, I never really had someone to teach me makeup. The only thing that taught me makeup was YouTube University and being self-taught. So now we're not as bright as we once were before. So now I'm gonna go in with some concealer because you don't want for the concealer to sit for too long because then you're baking and you're gonna get really, really light. So I am going in with my Maybelline Fit Me. This is in medium. And I have to be really careful with this right here because it can make it really, really light all over again. So I just gotta be really, really careful and really quick. So I like to just clean it up. Wherever you first lay your product down, that's where you start. Now the powder. I'm gonna go in with the Super Stay, and this is the 375, and this is the powder I'm going to use as my contour. And this one is pretty dark, which is pretty cool. So I could go in as heavy as I want, but not too heavy. And as you can see on the forehead, I did not apply any more product because you don't want for your forehead to be too dark. You just want for that darkness to snatch up these cheekbones. Now we're gonna go in with the Super Stay, and this one is in 312. Because I didn't put this on first, I know it probably crease a little bit. Back my nose, this may look gross, so I'm not trying to be gross. I'm just trying to push my nose this way and then this way so that I could get right there in that little crease. Now after that, we're just going to take this all off because we don't want for it to sit long. Now after that, I want to go in with some setting powder, and I'm going in with the Huda Beauty. This is in Cinnamon Bun. This one I only used for like my bottom half of my face. When I go in with my bronzer, I used to wait until like almost finished, closer to finish, but I want to go in with a little bit more bronzer now before I put on my finishing powder, because once I put on my finishing powder, the bronzer may not be enough, or I may have to go a little bit darker with the Super Stay, the 375. I may have to go a little bit darker with this one. So before I put on my finishing powder, I just want to see how, like, if the bronzer would help out a lot. So this bronzer is Bronze Babe by BH Cosmetics. And after that, we're going to use, am I going to use the MAC? Did I bring the MAC? I'm going to end with the MAC, and this is the Mineralized Skin Finish, and this is in dark golden. So I'm going to use this to get under my eyes. This is only for under my eyes. Now, while that's baking, now I want to go under my eyes. Just want to make this a little bit more popping. I like for my eyes to be like standing and saying a statement. So I'm going to go with Girlatic Beauty. I haven't used this thing in years, and this was something that I first started doing my makeup with. So I came across this and I was like, oh my goodness, I have to use this. I'm really excited to use that. And also, before I happen to forget, I want to go in with that transition color. You know, the first color we used, I want to go in with this rust light color just to make a little something, a little dance to make my eyeshadow look a little bit more even with the top of my eyes. So what I'm trying to do is create the same illusion from the top with the transitioning. Then I'm gonna go in with just a little bit of a darker brown, this one here, before we go into the Girlatic. Then now we're gonna go in with the Girlatic, and this one is gonna be placed directly onto the waterline. Well, not onto the waterline, exactly where the hair is. You see how I smoked it out just a little bit? Like, I just love makeup. So I was just self-taught. And then a lot of stuff was just more so, I won't say common sense, because makeup is not just like a common sense thing. It's like you really gotta have some skill, some knowledge of how to blend in colors. You still have to have knowledge. I'm not gonna make it seem like makeup is the easiest thing in the world. No, because it was super, super hard for me when I first started. But I didn't quit, I didn't give up. I just continued to go to make it happen. You know what I'm saying? I just had to keep making it happen for myself. So now I'm going in with my L'Oreal Paris. I know she's a little small. She's still gonna get the work done. That's what matters. So I'm gonna go on to my waterline. And we're gonna darken her right up. Wait till you see how she about to pop out. It just, look how it just looks so much better than this side. So before I put on any mascara, I want to take off the powder, put on my finishing powder, and then we're going to do that. Then we're going to go in with the Full Spectrum by CoverGirl. And I love this collection, actually, the Mad Ambition. Now, time for the lipstick. I'm going to do red. All right, so we're going in with the 625 Cosmetics lip liner. And this is in the shade Rubis. And then we're going to go in with the 625 Cosmetics Berry Cherry. So guys, this is the finished look. I am super excited to see how this look turned out. It turned out better than what I actually had in mind. So I'm really liking this, especially since it's been years since I've done a smoky eye anything. I am just a natural looking girl when coming out of makeup. I don't like too much. This right here is so much for me. But I just wanted to, you know, have some fun in some makeup today. I really wanted to play in some makeup. So I'm really loving how this look. And I'm loving how this red is even complementing the eyeshadow. I thought the red would be too much, but the red is just perfect. And wrong shade wear. So yeah, so that's the trick to what I do when I have the wrong shade. I don't freak out anymore like I used to. I don't overreact. I don't sweat. So this used to happen to me all the time when I had a client. If I didn't have their shade, listen. You're a makeup artist out there, you're a beginner, you're beginning doing your own makeup. As long as you have a medium, light, and dark foundation, you can make it all work for you. I promise you, with the concealer and the contour. Those two are your tricks. Something that I wanted to show you guys. I know I wanted to talk about self-care, but I still want to say something with self-care. Love yourself. I know sometimes it's a lot of things that's going on in this world, and it's really hard to focus. It's really hard to be consistent and being committed into your goals, especially once you tried and it have not worked. Don't give up. That is part of the process. Trust me. Just a few days ago, I felt like I wanted to give up, but I didn't. I kept going. I kept moving. I allowed myself to cry. I allowed for myself to cry that night, and I kept on going the next day. I just found a plan. God has blessed me with a plan. God has motivated me again. God has kept me on the right path. He kept me keeping with my goals, and God had allowed a great support system to encourage me even when I didn't feel encouraging myself. God allowed me to have such a great team. So sometimes you feel like you don't have a right team. Sometimes you don't have the right friends. You do. But sometimes they're not. But I have to say, you know, I just have to thank God for the opportunity to be able to see that I have a great support system, a great team, a great fiance, a great set of friends that was there for me, a great parent that was there for me when the time I needed the most. I felt so doubtful. So there's times where you're going to feel really doubtful about yourself. There's times where you're not going to be able to encourage yourself or motivate yourself. But those are the times when you just pray, you believe, you cry it out, you vent it out, you say what it is that you got to say. But the next day, you make sure you get back up, you encourage yourself, you pray to God, you thank everyone who was there for you, and you thank yourself for keep trying. Keep trying. It doesn't matter how many times you have to start over. It doesn't matter how many times you have to reinvent your wheel. Just reinvent that thing. And you just keep going. So I am a living testimony right now. I am not perfect. I don't have everything in my life that I want or desire or have in order, but I am willing to continue to try. I'm willing to continue to show God that he's worth me fighting for. He's worth me to continue to going. I have a son that look over me. I have stepdaughters and step grandkids. So I have a lot of people that looks up to me. I have a lot of people that needs me to continue to go. So I'm just really excited. I have legacies to build. I have goals to meet. I have dreams to continue to go. And so I cannot stop right now, and neither can you. So I'm just praying that God gives you grace, peace, mercy, serenity within. I pray that he gives you a calm spirit, a calm mind. I pray that he just take over your mental to continue to keep you nice and strong and healthy to deal with the challenges of the day. So I'm praying for you guys. I love you guys so much. If there's any questions that you have, any concerns, anything that you want to ask me on how to do your makeup or whatever inside of this of a conversation you want to talk about God, I am here for it all. I am here for all of the love. And I just want to thank you guys so much for coming to my channel. And please don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Please don't forget to comment. Please don't forget to give your girl some thumbs up. If you like this video, please press the notification button so you're alerted whenever I have any new videos coming up. But if God continues to bless us to see each other again in the next video, I'll be more than excited. But guys, see you in the next video.